Hi. So I had some things on my mind this morning. I thought I'd share. I thought they'd be maybe insightful in some way. But this world of business, of selling, the teachings that people come to learn these skills and look for mentors and coaches and people to guide and help them. And I want to say that, like, the basic essence of the skill set here, it is a skill set, is pretty similar. Like, it's a skill. It's pretty much what most people are teaching is fundamentally the same. There's little tweaks and differences and perspectives, and some of those make a difference in our resonance and all of that, of course. But the basic fundamental of the skill set and what people teach it's pretty similar. So where does the differentiation come in, or how do we navigate this, being who we are in the world that we live in? If we're needing to develop this skill, where do we turn? And so I just want to point out a couple differentiations from just teaching this skill set. And one is, we have to understand the culture we're in, the world that we're in. And so this one factor is have a mass sort of dilemma, problem, crisis, I don't know, of this feeling of not enoughness that we all in our first world countries at least seem to be. There's enough voices out there, enough studies done where this is a real problem. This is a reality, I guess, more than even calling it a problem. It's a reality that most people are struggling with whatever we do to come to the table with this feeling of not being enough, never getting enough, you can't do enough, have enough, all of it. And that is, what's the word, tainting sort of the simplicity in this area of this just being a skill set to learn. Business is really fundamentally about taking care of the stuff of life that needs to get taken care of on this physical plane, right? All the comings and goings and details, and my back hurts, I need help fixing it, my car is broken, I need help. These are ways that we show up and we interact and we help each other, and it's taking care of the business of life. So if we can see that as like, okay, well, where can we jump in and help? That's where we come into business, right? So people are coming into it with this fundamental, I don't know if I should say fundamental, but this problem that has emerged of this not enoughness. And it's hard to really focus, it's hard to learn, this has to be addressed, right? So that's the first thing that has to get addressed, is that underlying belief system coming into this. And two, we have to be in reality about the world that we live in, the world that we're doing business in, and that is one that's in crisis. We are in crisis. We've hit our ecological max for taking. The resources are like no more and in rebellion. On a personal, social plane, we're hitting internal crises via all kinds of sicknesses, cancers, autoimmune diseases, mental health. There is a reaction happening to the predominant culture and the way it's evolved. And so how do we respond? And my work is, how do we respond in business, in selling? Excuse the sirens going off here. Live in a pretty quiet place, but something's going on. Gonna let that pass. So yeah, how do we how do we deal with this crisis here? And that's our question. And for me, it's making sure that whatever business we're doing is really aligning with what the world needs right now. So I have a total desire to help healers and artists and creative people and anyone doing something that is about connecting on a deeper plane, that's about healing this feeling of not enough inside of us, that's about exploring new frontiers. Like, these are the things worth selling in our world. And honestly, if people are engaged in selling in a business in a way that does not at all acknowledge the surrounding crisis around us, that is a reflection of insanity. And so we need to acknowledge that and acknowledge our own truth and acknowledge our own perception of what's happening, and believe what we know is true, and come to this arena also as a place to transform it, as a place to heal, as a place to evolve and move our world forward into something more beautiful. So back to the beginning, selling is just business. All this is just a skill set, and all this other stuff on top of it is a lot of it's just distraction and feeds into this not enoughness and doesn't acknowledge the crisis that's happening in our world. And this is where we need to put our attention, and we need to come at business, and we need to come at what we create here and how we offer it, how we sell it, how we communicate about it. This needs to be an exploratory healing process unto itself. Those are the ends of my thoughts, and I will leave it there.